I am a self-sufficient RuneScape player. One of, if not the first, to have created a self-sufficiency goals and achievements thread. My goals, alongside with playing self-sufficiently, are to maximize profit from all 99s or 120s and to obtain all the best gear. I am Metzomaniac9 and this is my progress series. Hey dear viewer, before I move on to the good stuff, I'm going to briefly discuss the mic situation, and as you can hear, it's been resolved. For this, I do have to give a shout out to the great customer support of Fnac. Fnac is the store where I bought the mic in the first place, and I went back there, I explained to them the situation, and 10 minutes later I walked back out there with a brand new mic, the one I'm talking to you with right now. Now let's get on with the RuneScape stuff. And I'm pretty much going to continue where I left off in the last episode, and that's with the pursuit of Mr. Pointy, aka Dr. von Frankenstein. Pointy von Frankenstein. I like that name. Sadly, I haven't found him yet, and that in 1421 Araxxi kills. And no pet yet either. It's quite infuriating actually. I see someone with a scythe, I'm triggered. I see Fang broadcast, I'm triggered.
I get dressed in the morning, I'm triggered. I take a shower, I'm triggered. I get in the car, I'm triggered. I go for a walk, I'm triggered.
Oh yeah, I know how she feels. But I'm not quitting at all. My goal is to find Pointy von Frankenstein and that's what I'm gonna do. So will I find him this episode or will I find the monster? Let's find out. And as you can already see, I'm starting with Durzag. And in this team there are two people with the Araxxi pets. Both of them have less KC than I do. Can I get a triggered? But let's focus on the fight now. What is this? I just got double teamed by those two dogs. Man, they went full doggy style on me. Well, this kinda reminds me of a WWE tag team match. You know, when both opponents enter the ring at the same time. And to make matter worse, in this fight, I stupidly forgot to protect from melee. So to come back to this WWE tag team match, it would be like Brock Lesnar and John Cena beating on The Miz. After a while, The Miz wouldn't be able to see anything. Just like me after what happened. The pets weren't even dead yet and I'm already dead. Man, this is very shameful. Again, very shameful. But dying this early does have its perks. Because now I can make it back into the instance just in time. And that's of course important if I want to have a reroll. Which I'll take advantage of about now. Well, I believe the reroll is indeed better. The raw rocktails were nice, but I believe these herbs are better. Plus the amount of techie has almost doubled. So that's good too. Can we call this a good beginning? Now, back to Araxxi. 2 episodes ago I was rewarded with a lot of pheromones. And the episode before that one too. And the episode before that one too. But last episode, none at all. I guess I must have finished milking Araxxi, if that's how you extract pheromones. Or not, because I get another pheromone. Well then, it looks like it takes Araxxi 1 week to replenish the pheromones. But can we please get to the point where the fangs start to grow? And that's a total of 9 kills done today. But I despise those spider minions so bad. Oh man, they're annoying. But yeah, I got an exclusive today, so that's cool. Besides that, I didn't get so much though. There aren't any big common drops that stand out. Ah well, when it comes to common drops, I'm still very satisfied from all the ones I got yesterday. So those kinda make up for the lack of today's common drops. So I survived the first day of the Spider Minions rotation, but I did that barely. Still, 5 days without dying. And this too is brought to me by the Dwarven Instinct aura. Should I reroll or should I not reroll? Well, when it comes to this reward, it's like asking if the EOC combat system is the best combat system. Of course it is. And the game agrees with me because my value is doubled. But a doubled value, that's it basically. The items are pretty shitty, I gotta say. And there goes one of our tanks. I'm telling you, this isn't going to be the steamrolling Durzag episode. And now Durzag sends our other tank to Death's office. Yeah, I was just saying, I don't see any backups taking over either. So I guess Durzag is loose. He's running rampant. I think on moments like these, Durzag should be saying, Durzag smash! That would be pretty cool. But yeah, just look at him go, he's hitting everyone he can. And I kind of feel targeted the most. Is it because he looks kind of like a bull and I'm wearing my red pea hat? I mean, that would kind of explain how I got double teamed in the last kill. Then again, I call those pets dogs. Maybe they're bulldogs. But yeah, Durzag smash me into the ground. Yeah, I see that as being a team wipe though. Well, if they do get the kill, I'm going to eat my red party hat. Good thing there's no eat option. Well guys, if you don't see the loot screen, then that means I was right and it was a team wipe. In that case, I'll try Durzag again tomorrow. I just don't have time for it today anymore if I still want to do Araxxi. And of course I want to do Araxxi. It is my main goal. Alright, a spider leg bottom. That's exactly what I needed. Now I can complete another full leg. And if I remember correctly, that should be my 8th leg. 8 legs and 1430 kill count. I think that's a rather poor drop rate. What do you think about this? Anyway, yesterday I got a pheromone, today I get a spider leg bottom. I mean, this is a nice week so far. You could say that it's perfect, but far from it actually. And you know why. You know what sucks when taking the shadow path? It's switching from phase 2 to phase 3. You basically enter phase 3 still in the shadows. And there's so much that can happen. I mean, you're already taking a massive amount of damage from the shadow itself. But Araxxi could have summoned minions already. Mirror backs for example. And since you're still in the shadows, they'll go full ninja on you. So then you're just attacking Araxxi, not knowing what is to come. And suddenly you are bombarded with so many reflects. Man, you can't believe how devastating that is. How I managed to survive things like that? I guess I must have RNG on my side there. So yeah, that is extremely hard. But still, despite all that, I managed to do 10 kills today. 10! That must be a record for this rotation. And I got rewarded for my efforts with a nice exclusive, as you've seen already. But I also got some great common drops again. Some onyx bolts, 100 runite ore, and onyxes. But man, 10 kills on this rotation. I'm still surprised that I managed to do that. I am very proud. But yeah guys, you should definitely give it a try. Fighting a Araxxi with 180% base and rage while using magic. And while taking the shadow path on a shadow path and minion rotation. You will definitely taste the blood, sweat and tears. But you'll feel proud when you make it. So today I went pretty hard on Araxxi and it didn't cost me my life. I am so proud with my 6 days without dying at the Araxyte hive. Now let's turn this into a full week. After yesterday's failure, let's try Durzag again. And look how great this kill is going. My teammate dies to Onslaught. Yeah, I gotta say that's pretty shameful. And I should know. I basically died like that in the worst places. Well, at the final phase of Araxxi to be exact. And to make it even more shameful, that didn't only happen once. But it's good to see that I'm not alone in this, I guess. Why is that guy standing in Durzag's melee range when he's using magic? Well, this is a mistake that I've never made. And I would rate this even more shameful than dying with Onslaught. Seriously, I don't get this death. This is exactly like passing a close railway crossing. I mean, everyone's smart enough not to do that. Yet from time to time you see those idiots on the news who don't want to wait for the train to pass. And then they die. Someone should give this man a Darwin Award. Well, that doesn't sound very RuneScapey. Maybe a Bandos Award would be better? Because I always assume that Bandosian ideology is closest to Darwinism. Survival of the fittest kind of thing, you know. On the last day of the last episode, I got a spider leg medal. On the first day of this episode, I got an Araxyte pheromone. On the second day, I got a spider leg bottom. And today, I get another pheromone. I'm starting to see a pattern here. Still, it's not those kind of items that I'm there for, but I'm not gonna lie that I love this pattern. So let's bring on tomorrow. Yesterday I already complained about moving from the shadow path to phase 3. Well, today it pretty much caused problems again. Not in form of a ninja back spider. This time it was the web dome that caused problems. Again, it's that bad visibility that made me not see that web dome. And of course that results in me taking massive damage. So it may come as a surprise that I got 9 deathless kills today. And once more my efforts were rewarded. This time with a pheromone. Sadly the common drops weren't that great. Still, I got 100 runite ore and Hydrix bolts. Those are still kinda nice, I suppose. And as I said, no deaths today. That means I went on for a week without the Araxytes claiming my life. I need to survive 3 more days to get me back to double digits. Let's hope I make that. So I finally sold my spare Noxious longbows. And those are the ones that I made with my 2 spare web drops. And of course 2 spare legs. And considering that they're not the best in slot item anymore, I think 170 mil each is a nice price. I still have 3 spare Noxious staffs to sell too, and that number could actually rise too, because I still have loads of eyes in the bank. But I'm sure you all know that by now. Earlier in this episode, you saw a Durzag attempt where both of the tanks died, and then Durzag started running rampant. Well, in this fight, the tanks didn't have to die, cause fairly enough, there were no tanks apparently. So Durzag could start his rampage from the very second that he spawned. And if that's not worse enough, just look at the position of the pets. I mean, there were no pet tanks, there's no base tank, and there's no backup tank. And then suddenly Konota says cancer team. Well, some people may find it offensive, but it's actually a pretty good description. But at least this time we get to see Durzag smash in full force. And it is kinda nice to see what he's truly capable of. Well, just for once anyway. I don't ever want to see this again. And yeah, I tried to leave the instance, but I kinda made that decision too late. And so I died. What an episode this is. But yeah, in this fight there's just nothing to learn. It is by far the worst Durzag fight I've been in. By miles the worst actually. Or kilometers rather, because I'm used to the metric system. I'm going to try Durzag again, and this time I joined Konota's team. You know, he's the one calling the previous team Cancer. Well, I guess he must not have meant me, because he invited me to his team. And with Konota as group leader, everything went perfectly. All the roles were filled, and everyone actually did their job. Even when the tank ended up dying, he was immediately replaced. That is how good this team is. And to prove that even more, it's a sub 6 minutes kill. The team may be good, but the rewards sadly aren't. However, there's one more chance with the reroll. And nope, it stays bad. However, the reward slightly improved with that reroll. Araxxi goes in for the cleave, I run away, but I still die. Yeah, I don't get this death. I mean, from my experience, I ran away just in time. Well, that's what I think at least. I didn't even see the hit splat. And after looking back at the footage, I still can't seem to find it. However, I did seem to survive the cleave itself. It's the special damage that came after it that killed me. You know, the kind of damage you only get when you fight the melee version of Araxxi. So that is absolutely a horrible way to die. And I find it hard to accept this death. But yeah, what can I do? It makes me salty though. Well, not super salty. You know, not Salt Lake City salty. Not yet at least. However, there was a guy doing Araxxi too, and he bragged that he just got a fang. That does make me very salty though. Anyway, I'm gonna end today's trip here. I got 7 kills and yeah, that's not enough for my standards. But I'm not gonna waste another yak for just 2 kills. And what drops are concerned, well, 800k coins, that's all for today. And that means that my pattern is broken. Not another consecutive day that I got an exclusive on. What a horrible PVM day I have behind me. But yeah, let's hit that reset button on the board. Well, not that it has a reset button, or even a button at all. Hell, it's not even a real board. But yeah, that doesn't make it less painful that there are no 0 days without dying. So what do you think, guys? Is it time for a clue? Hell yeah, it's time for a clue. And this one is from the Skeletal Horror. Are you serious? Man, last week I had a clue reward that was 77k. I thought it couldn't get any worse than this. 1 week later, 66k. Also, another very bad statistic. 3 out of my 5 last clues are all below 100k. You know, in a couple of months it's RuneFest again, and they're gonna hand out Golden Gnome awards just like every year. Well, if there was a category of worst RNG, I'd probably win it. I mean seriously, if you're doing an elite clue, and the loot that you get from Gothixian High Druids is better than the loot from the clue itself, then you've got some poor RNG, man. And I would definitely deserve that Golden Gnome award. Oh god, what have I done this time? This death is completely on me. It's my stupid fault. You can't believe how stupid I feel right now. I'm actually facepalming myself. So what happened here exactly is I was trying to heal from resonance, but one of the minions from an egg that I failed to destroy cancelled my resonance. I didn't even realize I wasn't under resonance anymore. And I was constantly thinking, where is my resonance? So I got confused for a fraction of a second, and that resulted in me getting my timing wrong. I should have so searched sooner. Man, such an avoidable death. And I'm ending it here for today. I got 9 kills and that's an acceptable number. When it comes to loot I got jack shit. Only that Triskelion fragment is nice. And I've noticed that I got a lot of herb drops. They actually make up most of the drops of today. I guess what Jagex is trying to tell me is to smoke dwarf weed every day. And after today there's no change in the days without dying. So it pretty much stays at 0. Once more a shameful 0. Okay guys, look at the person with the master defense cape. I guess the Araxyte took it as a test. A test that master cape didn't pass. And thus begins the massive Araxyte clusterfuck. Shamefully with me as the next casualty. But in a week like this, I'm not even surprised. And it doesn't even end with me either. 2 people actually followed me in death. Yeah, maybe it's not the greatest idea to go with Araxyte into a mosh pit. Because now the team is reduced to 6 people. So obviously they left the instance. Oh man, what the fuck is wrong? Seriously, I can't seem to stop dying. Why can't I catch a break? And this one is pretty much my fault again. I should have healed up, but honestly, in my defense, I was kinda tired too. I mean, I had to wait for 30 minutes to find a group, and having to type the same thing over and over again, that is mind-numbing. Oh, and this kill was with the same team as last kill. Or should I say death? Well, anyway, this team proved to be very good. Because they managed to get the kill, and luckily I got back into the instance fast enough. So I get a reroll, and the reroll comes in handy. A codex! Now talk about a good reroll. Honestly, I kinda feel guilty towards my team. I mean, I basically died twice with them, and they did all the work pretty much. Yet I still get a codex. But maybe all that dying was a blood sacrifice. A blood sacrifice that gave me this mass capability codex. So I guess that kinda paid off, and I've recently died loads to Araxxi too, so I hope the same thing applies there. Guys, it's story time. So I wake up one morning, and my leg kind of hurts. I look at my leg and what do I see? 2 lumps adjacent to each other. And they're terribly itchy too. A few days go by and my legs still aren't healed. The lumps are still rather big, and they're still itchy as hell. So I show it to the doctor. And what does he say? You've been bitten by a spider. Guys, I've been bitten by a spider in real life. I mean, if this isn't irony, then I don't know what is. Seriously, I've been dying to Araxxi so much lately, and I still haven't been able to complete my Araxxi goal in 10 months. And to make my terrible spider leg worse, I get bitten by a spider in real life. I feel as if the universe mocks me. On moments like these, I'm so happy I don't live in Australia. I probably would have died already. And that's 110 mil magic XP. It's quite remarkable that I only got 120 magic 2 episodes ago. If you think about it, Araxxi has pretty good combat XP. And in that aspect, I'm also kinda happy that it's Mr. Pointy von Fangenstein that I'm missing. Because now I am forced to use magic. If I still had to continue with ranged, I'd probably have 200 mil ranged XP at the moment. And you know how much I dislike the thought of having that. That takes care of 10 Araxxis today. 10 deathless kills too. And check out the amount of food I have left. That's actually pretty reasonable, considering the rotation. So yeah, I'm impressed. And the blood sacrifices of the past days didn't help. I didn't get an exclusive again today, though I got a couple of nice drops. Onyx bolts and onyxes. Oh yeah, also, Vic the Trader is back. So that means I'm going to take a small break from Araxxi. You know, I really want to complete that ethereal set. And anything else I can get is nice bonus. The sad thing is that I'm going to miss the great Araxxi rotation. You know, the acid shadow rotation to be specific. So it's definitely going to suck to miss that. But it's not like Vic the Trader is around every week. And that's one day without dying at the Araxyte hive. And it's going to stay one day for a while, because I'm not going to add the days where I don't actually fight Araxxi. That would be cheating kinda. So days without dying board, farewell for now. I still have that aquarium clue left to do, so let's do that now. Well, look at that, it's a miracle. It's actually over 100k. That is a rarity lately. So should I be happy now? Maybe. But look at the items though. To me that makes this clue elephant feces. Oh spaghettios, it's an NXT bug, but that's a pretty cool one actually. An invisible wall. And here I was the one thinking that invisible walls only appear at the edge of the game map. Well, I guess I'm wrong. I actually found this invisible wall while doing a hard clue scroll. Yes, I'm actually doing a hard clue scroll. I don't even remember the last time I did one. But it's not like I hate doing them or something. No, I just don't get them anymore. And Bork is pretty much the only monster I kill that drops them. That's indeed where I got this one. And now let's check that reward. Okay, nothing special, but it's almost worth as much as my previous elite clue. And that's kinda weird. Well, to make it even weirder, the reward from this hard clue is almost as good as 2 of my previous clues combined. You know, the ones with the dreadful sub 100k reward. Yeah, that's how low my RNG has sunk. When I sold my 2 Noxious bows, I talked about my Noxious staff collection and how that still hasn't sold. Well, it's sold now. 3 Noxious staffs at 160 mil each. I don't think that's such a bad price. And when combined, that makes 480 million. Add those Noxious bows to that, and that makes 820 million. And if you take the other Araxxi drops into account, you know, the pheromones and the common drops, then I'm sure that I've made over 1 billion from Araxxi. And I don't think it's just 1 billion, but I think it's way over that. So, you know, it's on moments like these that I suddenly don't mind not finding Mr. Pointy von Frankenstein. This kinda has the same feeling like when I went for those Ascension crossbows. That was quite profitable as well. This episode has been a dreadful one, but I think this is a good way to close it. Considering I'm only planning to kill a limited amount of Araxxis, it would surprise me if I were to find Mr. Pointy von Frankenstein then. So, will I be surprised next episode? And what will I get from Vic the Trader? You will find that out in the next episode. So stay tuned. And I want to thank you all for watching this one. If you liked it, you can always drop a like. That takes less than 1 second of your time. And what is that? You're not subscribed yet? Well, hit that subscribe button. That takes as long as liking this video. And I'll be forever grateful. If you are still watching this video right now, then you are awesome. Like, really awesome. And keep on being that awesome. So awesome that I'll have the pleasure of seeing you in the next video.